State your name for the camera, good sir.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Omar. I'm from the Dominican Republic.
What's up? My name is Philip. This is Coca-Cola, and now we're gonna start this interview. So how long have you lived in the Dominican Republic?
26 years, all my life basically.
Okay, so what are some of the major changes you've seen in the Dominican Republic over your lifespan?
Well, there has been a lot of changes. Like now, people, like when I was a kid, you in school you need to respect your teachers. Like they were like also a parent figure. Like you need to real respect them. If you don't respect them, they say that to your father, probably they will not hit you, but they will. I don't know how to say that.
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline you, or like say to you like you are not going to watch TV for 1 week, or you are not going to play games for this time. But now seems that the kids in schools, if the teacher says something to them, they will say it back. They don't respect them, and then if the teacher said something back, or probably the teacher say that they will put them a bad grade or something, they will tell that to their parents, and their parents instead of saying disciplining them, they will go to the teacher and argue with the teacher.
Wow.
So that's something that I feel that I notice now that needs to be bad.
Yeah.
Because like teachers are probably half of your education. Like you have your family education, but then you have the teachers that they are people that you need to respect. You don't need to like them.
Yeah.
Because probably I used to hate some teachers, but now as I grow, I think about that time, and they were just trying to get the best of me, like trying to make me a better person.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of the biggest changes now that I can realize at the moment.
How big do you feel like the kind of family that you're born into and the level of education that you get goes into how far you go in life? Like how much does it impact your success?
All of it. Like, for example, I know English because of my mom. She saw that I like English music when I was a kid. Then she said to me like, okay, you are listening to English music more than Spanish music, so I will push you in an English class. Then I told her that, hey mom, I need a computer because I want to know how to use a computer.
Yeah.
And she bought me a computer.
Wow.
And it's not that she was spoiling me, but she will make stuff that like make me
Better.
make me better. Like then I study computer in the university, and basically all the jobs that I have had is because of my English. So then she keeps encouraging me. Like now I'm studying German, and even though it's the school who pay me, she's always asking me like, how is the German? Are you understanding the students? You need to practice more. I never see you practicing. So she has played like 100% of my. What I am now is 100% because of my mom and my grandma. So they are the biggest part in what I am now.
Awesome. So what do you feel like are some of the biggest issues in the Dominican Republic as far as growing up?
Well, as I grow as middle class, we don't have issues per se. So, but I seen that some of my friends is education. Like sometimes they are in public school, and they in one classroom they could be 40 students. So you cannot teach well, even though you can be the best teacher, but you cannot teach well because of that. And so sometimes as I was studying English, some of my neighborhood friends also wanted to study English, but probably their family don't have the money to send them to a private school.
Yeah.
So that was an advantage that I have that they did not have.
How much was private school?
It's not much. Like it will be 500 pesos per month,
Yeah.
and then you will have to pay transportation because where we live is not so close.
Yeah.
Then basically you will have to pay
Like 1,000 a month?
no, probably 2,000.
2,000.
2,000 pesos per month.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of money for my family.
Yeah.
But there are some family that does a lot of money that they can use that money to buy food.
Yeah.
Or to buy clothes or pay some bills and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And depends of the level of your family. Like if you are middle class, higher class, and or low class, you have a different education.
Of course.
Like low people that are not so, I would not say
Fortunate.
poor, but let's say poor.
Okay.
It's a hard word, but let's say poor.
Yeah.
They don't pay much attention to the education.
Yeah.
They just tell the kids like they need to grow and find a job
Yeah.
because of the money. That's why they are missing the money, right? So basically, guys, when they are 18 years old, say, okay, I want to go 4 years to university.
Yeah.
I prefer to have a job. So that's what most guys here are doing. Other families, like middle class family, they say, okay, we will send you to college. You could study if you want to study. Like if you really want to study, we will pay for you. But if we notice that you are taking it that not seriously, we will not pay for that. So then, if you find a job, they will say, okay, you can find the job. That's what my mom do. I find a job and I was studying because I know that money was short at the time. But she said to me, okay, you can find a job, but you cannot leave the university. And if you see that the university is getting affected because of that job, quit. Because for me, it's more important that you have a good education, that you have your degree, because here in Dominican Republic, degrees means a lot.
Yeah.
I could be the best one in my career,
Yeah.
but if I don't have the degree, they will hire someone else. So yeah.
So when you see a lot of the, I know you work with a lot of different companies and a lot of people that are American. What do you feel like are some of the biggest issues when foreigners come into the country and try to work here? What do you feel like are some of the barriers and some of the issues that are faced? And what do you think can be done to fix them?
Like foreigners to work here?
When I say foreigners, I don't mean like Haitian immigrants. More so like people like me, like Americans.
Yeah.
Like Americans that come here.
Depends of the type of work you're doing. You want to do.
Like nonprofit work. Like almost like a Project Esperanza.
I don't know much about that subject, but I think it will be not hard,
Yeah.
but probably not easy. Because probably you need do some paperwork,
Yeah.
and as we are foreign people, probably will be a bit hard for you. But I know a lot of foreign people that they have their projects, and they're working fine. I see one thing that most foreign people have a problem with is with getting their Dominican ID so they can work legally here. But I know a lot of them that already has it. So it's not
Impossible.
it's not hard, but probably it's not easy either. Yeah.
How hard is it to obtain citizenship here? If say I was a Haitian immigrant and I want to get citizenship, how long would it normally take for me to get citizenship?
Depends. Because
What-
I know people that have get the citizenship.
Yeah.
Well, not citizenship, working ID or something like that.
Are you allowed to get healthcare with the working ID, or do you have
Yes.
to have citizenship?
No, if you
Or
have
the
a
work
working
ID.
ID, you can have.
Okay.
We have here in
Uh-huh.
Sosua, we have a lot of foreign people that they came to live here as a retirement,
Okay.
and then they have the ID. They make some business here.
Yeah.
Like here, El Batey, where we are,
Yeah.
probably most of the half of businesses are owned by foreign people
Wow.
or mixed.
Wow.
Yeah, like here in the center of Batey, yeah, like there are a lot of hotels that are owned by foreign people, a lot of restaurants. Also, there are a lot of Dominicans that own places here,
Yeah.
but the most well-known places normally are owned from foreign people because as a foreign, you would like to go to a foreign place. Like if you're an American, then you know that here is an American restaurant, even though you would like to try Dominican food,
yeah.
but you will always prefer to be in a American place.
Yeah.
And as here we are a tourist place, so basically the money that move around here is because of tourism. So yeah.
So, at what age did you realize that prostitution was a really big job market for people here, and that sex tourism was a big thing here?
Well, as I told you, I've been living here all my life.
Yeah.
So it starts probably 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I'm 26.
Yeah.
So
wow.
basically, that's something I would say normal for me.
Yeah.
I know that is something bad. It gives a bad image to Sosua, because Sosua is not just hookers and
Yeah.
alcohol, because Sosua used to be a real nice place to family can be here
Yeah.
and stuff. But then I really don't know why, but all my life I have known that. So basically that's part of my life. That's part of my daily life.
So what are the common ideologies on people that are actually prostitutes? Like, how do people treat them within the community? Is it a respected job, or is it more so, is it shunned? Like, almost for us, it's like being a janitor in a sense. Like, people scoff at the idea of you working a job that is beneath what people consider normal.
okay, so we here in Dominican Republic, I will say 80% of people, they really don't care what you do for a living
Good.
if you are not hurting someone else. Like, if you're a thief,
Yeah.
that's bad everywhere.
Yeah.
If you are selling drugs, that's bad everywhere.
Yeah.
But if you are a prostitute, and
Yeah.
it's not because someone is forcing you,
Yeah.
or something like that, because it could happen that someone is forcing you, or you have you have no choice, or you are doing it because it's easy money.
Yeah.
So we don't denigrate, is
shame
the
it.
word.
Yeah. Basically, you're like
we don't we treat them normal, because like I have some people that live in my neighborhood. We
Yeah.
used to be friends. Now we are not that close, because I spend the whole day working here and stuff. But I know some girls that they do that for a living, and if we have to sit one day and speak and have a drink or whatever, we can do it. And I don't really care if she's doing that, because we say it's her body,
Yeah.
and she's not hurting someone else.
Yeah.
But the problem for us is when if you're doing something that is hurting someone else. Like, being a prostitute is hurting the image of Sosua,
Yeah.
but as the town hall is what is the people that runs the city,
Yeah.
they are doing something to get like I would say red light zone or something.
Yeah, like the red light district in,
Yeah,
in
like
Amsterdam.
something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they want to do something like that so they can put all of them
in the
in
same
one
area.
place.
Gotcha.
But no, I think that we will not discriminate someone because they are doing that type of work. Not even if they are selling drugs,
Yeah.
we will not discriminate them, but we will try to not be friends with them. We will treat them right,
Yeah.
but not be too close with them, because here we say, if you are who you are the people you are getting around with. So if I don't smoke, if I don't use drug, but I have a lot of friends that use drug,
Eventually, you use drugs.
people, no, not eventually, I can never use it, but people will say, oh, he's friend with those guys, so probably he's using drug.
True. Bad rap.
Yeah,
Show me your friends, I show you your character.
exactly. That was what I'm trying to say, but I don't have the words.
This is awesome. Well, thank you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I think not. Like, well, yes, I have one.
Okay, what you got? Okay, I'll switch the camera. We'll switch
Yeah.
it that way. Now you're on camera mode. All right,
Okay.
what you got? Hope it's a good sound.
How was your experience here in Dominican Republic?
It was a wonderful experience. I take everything like with a grain of salt for sure. It's been really nice to have people like you, people like Jonathan, Morelia, that like have been around and like have been open to showing us the different parts of your culture, and then also just being friendly. Because honestly, like as a foreigner, you can go to a lot of places and not feel necessarily welcome. But when you're taken somewhere and you're well received, it can show you a lot. I know we've had like a lot of challenges, like as far as a group, with the differences with like our experiences in Sosua versus like Santo Domingo. But in both cases, I feel like it's a lesson to be learned. I feel like Santo Domingo is obviously a lot smoother, and with Sosua, there were issues, and everyone can argue one way or another, but it's all just an experience to learn and to be better. Like as we continue on to our careers, we're all going to be in positions to make a difference. Like we all are in a position of power in our own lives. Mm-hmm. Every day we make a decision what we're going to do and how we're going to enjoy it. You take in the cultures for what they are and you respect them. I mean, we're foreigners to such a place. We're here visiting for 3 weeks in comparison to someone like you that's lived here a lifetime. Who am I to tell you how to live? Nobody. Literally nobody.
No, but
like
I noticed as my job now that I met with a lot of foreign people that you can learn a lot about foreign people, how they live, how is their culture, and you can learn a lot about your own culture with
Definitely.
people that have been here like 1 week. Like here we have some beautiful places that I have been seeing in all my life, and for me they're
They're not
beautiful, but
exciting.
they're like okay.
It's
But when I
there.
see the face of someone when I show them, for example, our sunset,
Yeah.
people are amazed, and then I say okay, I don't appreciate what I really
What I
have
have.
here. Like there are people probably, well, we say dying, but really not really dying. But there are people that want to be in a, let's say in a Caribbean country,
Yeah.
that want to be with nice beaches here and
Right.
stuff. And we here in Sosua say that I live where you come to vacation. So that's the truth. But
Right.
sometimes as we are always here, we never appreciate that.
It's true. In the same way with people in America, like especially with us in like AC has been a huge thing this entire trip. And people have been like, oh my gosh, like something that you don't even realize that you use and take for granted. Like you ride in a car, there's AC. You go home, there's AC. You go to visit a place, there's AC. Now we rode in buses with no AC. We lived and stayed in homes with no AC with a fan. We went and worked in places with no AC. And you realize it's just like it's a difference in how people live. And you appreciate the things that you take for granted. So it's like you take it with a grain of salt and you realize like people live differently in different parts of the world and just respect the struggle. We all struggle differently, and no matter whether you grow up as rich as Bill Gates or as poor as someone in the worst bete, we all have our struggles.
Yep.
And just being able to say, I understand you can't control.
Everybody has their demons.
Correct, and you can't control where you're born or your parents
Yeah.
or what color you are. So you can't do nothing about the environment
Yeah.
that you're brought into.
I said that everything is a blessing
Yeah.
depending on the perspective or in the angle. Like for you, probably having, let's say, having AC is nothing. It's daily.
Right.
But here we have people that will die to get an AC.
Right.
Like for me, I live in a real beautiful place with a lot of nature and stuff. For me, that's novel, but there are people that are dying to live in a place like this.
Yeah, we saw kids literally when we were at Project Esperanza just go and they'll stay by the fan. They don't want to do nothing else because they're like, when's the next time I'm going to be able to sit next to a fan? And it just shows you like the difference and the things that are taken for granted. Like, you don't see kids that are able to just go and play in America with like anything. We saw kids go and enjoy just playing with a tire, playing with broken hula hoops,
Yeah.
just playing tag, like just being like what we considered being kids. Now it's like everybody's
Yeah, everybody's with
in
the phone.
games. Yeah, everyone's with the phone, everyone's with the game. There's no movement, there's no interaction. You can't set a tire in front of a child and be like, figure something out. But they'll find a way, and they're genuinely happy doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's all about finding those little things, and I think it's just about empowering people to give an opportunity. One of the things that really got me when we ended up doing an interview with some of the ladies that came for a class. We were supposed to be doing a class on environmental health, and after really talking to the women for a little bit, I realized what would the point of an environmental health class be when you're worried about putting food on your table? You're worried about what your child is going to eat. You're worried about trying to find a job. You really think teaching someone how to recycle is going to be anything that's on your radar?
No.
It's the farthest thing from it. And so I asked, well, I had someone translate because they were speaking Creole. I was just like, yeah, like, what are some of the things, you can have anything, like a wish in your community, what would it be? I wish I could have a job that could pay me enough to feed my family, and I wish I could have education for myself or for my children.
Yeah, that's the real real
Opportunity.
struggle in some places.
Opportunity is all people wish they could have to be on an equal playing field. And they were like, can you take, because I was taking notes, like I was taking notes for like everything they were saying. They're like, could you go and take the information, go to America, find people to give money, come back here and start a business so we can have somewhere to work.
Yeah, and you can ask a lot of Dominicans,
Yeah.
and they will say to you like, well, I want to be rich. But then they will say, nah, I don't want to be rich. I just want to have enough money to live well, to have a good house, to have a play every day in my house, that my kids don't need to struggle,
Right.
that they have a really good education. Like here, people they don't really like, as you say, they don't want to be Bill Gates, they don't want to be LeBron James, they don't want to be famous. They just want to provide.
Right.
They just want to provide. Like
Have the
it will be
least
cool. It will be cool if you have that kind of money.
Of course.
No, but, yeah, but people here don't have that dream.
Aspiration.
No, they just want to have enough money so they can live a happy life.
One of the projects that I had the kids do when I was working at Donna Shusha, towards the end, I asked them to write or draw out what they wanted to do when they were older. I just wanted to see what kids, because they were very different than the kids at like Project Esperanza in the sense of like they had access to materials, they had a library, they had computers, they had counselors that would take them for the weekends so that even if like their parents weren't from like a good home life, they had someone that would be loving and there for them. So I was just interested to see, what do you see yourself as a child? Like from a child's perspective, what do you see your plateau to be? What do you aspire to be in life? Do you want to take over the world? Do you just want to own? Do you just want enough to scrape by? Because at that age, they're malleable. When you tell a child the world is yours, so that's the kind of child that I was. I was a child that everyone said you can do whatever you want to put your mind to. And
I think that was here happened the same, and I think that was a big mistake
Why?
because life is not fair, and we grow up thinking that we can do everything that we want to do.
Okay.
That's not true.
Why
We
not?
can work hard to get.
Why not? Why not? Why
we
not?
can-
Let's talk. Let's talk.
we
Let's
can-
talk. We're gonna switch. We're gonna switch it back, and then we're gonna switch it back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like my perspective is like, I will not say my kids like you can do whatever you want. I will tell them like you need to work hard to get whatever you want. That was the part that I think that they were missing, because when someone told me that you can do whatever you can be whatever you want, they're not saying the sacrifice you need to make to become that. I guess if a kid, I wanted to become a doctor,
Yeah.
but nobody told me that to be. Yeah. No one told me that for me to be a doctor, I need to study a lot.
Yeah.
I need to. Doctors need to be real hustlers. I would say, doctors need to study a lot. They need
Yeah.
to perfect their stuff. Yeah. So that's what I say. I will add to the part. You can be whatever you want if you work hard enough. If you desire enough.
Are we gonna swap? All right.
Yeah.
Both of my parents came from a third world country, had nothing.
Yeah.
Walked to school, no education. Family with no education, they found a way to create education for themselves, create opportunities, find a way to get everything they could have possibly wanted. They worked hard. They took the same advice, the sacrifices you have to make to break generational curses, like to create new environments. One thing that I have learned though, it's nothing to do with working hard. For a lot of people that come from disparaging situations, it's everything to do with working hard. For people that start from you're not on, let's say it's baseball, right? For a lot of people, they're starting from home base. For a lot of people, they're starting from second or third. When you're starting from second or third, it's about working smart, nothing to do with working hard.
Not work hard, work smart.
I know people that from the age of 10, a good friend of mine, his dad gave him, he was 10 years old, gave him $10,000. And it's like, this is how you invest in the market, this is how you make money. There is no conceivable way that a child from a different circumstance could conceptualize doing the exact same thing. There are people that are in their 40s, 50s, 60s that have no idea how to do that. At the age of $10,000 and shown how to go and manipulate money in markets. Now he does whatever he feels like doing in life. Why? Because if he wants to make money, he knows how to make a bunch of it like this.
Yeah.
So it's everything with training your kids to know to work smart. Because working hard doesn't put people in positions where it can turn out great, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, it's everything to do with working smart versus working hard.
That was not exactly what I was saying, but
Yeah.
I say like you need to study. You need like working hard and work smart.
Right.
Like, and I think also one thing that is missing in the education of people
Yeah.
is financial education.
Woo, financial literacy is huge.
Yeah.
Because it's not taught by the schools for purpose, of course.
Yeah. Like other thing, as I mentioned to you that my mom is like all my life is
Yeah.
part of what I am now. She taught me like when I go to my mom and said, "Hey, mom, I want 1,000 pesos."
Yeah.
She said, "You want me to give them or you want me to borrow you that money?" So if I say to her, "Okay, I want you to give me the money,"
Yeah.
she will say, "I don't have that kind of money." If I say, "I want you to that you borrow that money," she will say, "Okay, this is the money. I will take some money from you for the money that I gave you monthly, and then you will know how to handle your money because you take amount of money that you don't have. What you should do is save money, and then when you have that money, buy the stuff that you like." So she told me like when I was in school in high school, but for yours high school for me is secundaria.
Yeah.
So I wanted a real expensive cell phone. By the time it was 15,000 pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is I save a little money every day of my lunch money.
Yeah.
So in a year I save the money to buy the phone.
Okay.
My mom said, "Okay, you have the money now.
Yeah.
You are sure that that's what you want?" Yes, I say, "Okay, that's what I want because you can use that money, and I have cows and stuff." She tell me like you can buy a baby cow. When she grows, you can have 3 times that.
Right.
And you can, if she give milk, you can sell that milk and you still have the cow. And I said, "No, I want my cell phone." Then I bought my cell phone. Ciao. I was happy with my cell phone for like 3 months.
Wow.
Then she said, "You see, if you invested in something that will give you
More money.
money back, you could buy the cell phone and still have the money." So that was not the best financial education, but it's more than what everybody here has. People here has this, they have the sense that they need to have expensive stuff, they need to have the big chain, they need to have the car, they need to have this and that,
Yeah.
so they can feel good when they sell. My mom told me that don't buy stuff that you don't need
Yeah.
because then you will need to sell them.
True.
So also I think that it hit me hard when I saw that Warren Buffett, you know Warren Buffett, he also
Yeah.
say that if you buy stuff that you don't need, you will be ending selling the stuff that you need. So I was like, okay, I don't know if my mom read that or it was just but it was cool. And then I started reading stuff of Warren Buffett. Like Warren Buffett is my, let's say, my financial advisor.
Gotcha.
I have saw a lot. I have saw a lot of interview. I know the 10 rules that he has. Like always invest in different stocks, have different assets.
Diversification.
Yeah. Don't go deep to something that you don't know.
True.
Like if I'm an engineer, don't invest money in agriculture because you don't know that. You don't know how it works.
True.
So don't invest money in that. Like also it was JC,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
He in one interview he said, if you cannot buy the thing you want twice, you don't have the money for that.
Ooh, I like that one.
So, yeah, so like I give myself like
Yeah.
financial education because
Yeah.
I keep looking like what these people make to be that rich because they were probably poorer than me. Like Warren Bill Gates is the biggest businessman in the world. Like he sells something to IMB without having it. Then he go to a guy and purchase the stuff without having the money. So when he gave the system to IMB gave him the money, so he paid the guy, and he invented license. Like, okay, I will give you my system, but it's still mine, and I can sell it to other people. So that's something that probably a poor guy, or I don't know, he studied in Harvard, okay, he was real smart, but that, sorry, if you have the right idea and how to implement it, you could become richer. You can become rich like that. Like I have saw that all the people that have real money, they at some point were poor, or they will dispose to lose everything to get what they really want. So I think that to have the stuff you want, you need to have courage. You need to know that you will sometimes will lose. As I will tell you, life is not easy.
True.
So that's what as I said before. I'm not completely. I don't completely approve that when our fathers tell us that you can do everything that you want. I will add what you say, that you need to work hard and work smart
True.
to get what you want.
Conquer
And
the world.
and know that in life, not everything will be as you planned it.
Woo! Change is the one thing that's constant, my friend.
Yeah, you need to be capable of have changes, because changes will happen, whether you want them or not. Change will happen. I want to say another word, but I cannot sure if I can say it. So change happens. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you for the interview. It has been insightful.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was an interesting interview for both sides.
And I guess we'll see what happens next, right?
Yeah.